The first assembly was here, and the third assembly is here. So we feel like we're coming back home at the centre of Tottenham. We're thankful to Pastor Nims and Pastor Tonye and Tara and the team here at Freedom's Ark and the Dream Centre. So can we give them a round of applause? Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. The Peace Alliance is a local initiative in Haringey focused on addressing knife crime. Their mission is to unite efforts in promoting peace within the Haringey community.
I'm so glad we can do this with Black Thrive, because I really believe it's all up in the mind. If we get the mind right, we get the heart right, we get the community right.
I work for the Peace Alliance as the social action lead. We are working on a project called the PAC Project.
The Peer Action Collective is a project youth-led, and our goal is to stop youth violence and knife crime. And I feel like that's a very important goal, especially in London and Haringey specifically, where our focus is education. We decided to stick with exclusions and the connection between exclusions and the lead to youth violence.
We want to understand how exclusions makes a person or a young person more susceptible to knife crime and youth violence.
So who are Black Thrive Haringey? Black Thrive Haringey is a community-led initiative based in Haringey. We're part of a family. We are actually here to address the disproportionality that our black community experience and to hold people to account that they are going to implement the changes that they have promised us for far too long. We've been working with the Met Police. So we've been working with them on stop and search. We've been to Hendon. We go to some of their events to ensure that the community have a voice. We've done some community research. We need to get research that is done by us for us. So we have trained up 30 community members and remunerated them and trained them in research. But it's really good because we've got the impression and the opinions of people in Haringey right now. We have also created our LGBTQ group, because when we talk about black people thriving, we're talking about all black people thriving. We went to City Hall and did a black-led systems change event. We were hosted by the Deputy Mayor. We've had some more community screenings in schools. We have partnered with Diverse Cymru, which is a Welsh organisation who have been delivering cultural competency as a scheme for about the last 3 years. They're commissioned by the Welsh Government, and we are partnering with them to try and get that into London and the UK. One of Black Thrive's principles across the board at Black Thrive is that we do no harm. This is not just about us going into our community and making people feel either angry or upset. So we've actually developed an app where people will be able to download an app that will take them on a journey through books and podcasts and music, not just about services, because I think we all know in the room that there are lots of different ways to healing, and for some of us, we've got a lot to heal.
So we tell stories from our community to create awareness, to open up conversation, to talk about issues that we face, and we also use those opportunities to provide a safe space for those discussions.
Our Project Heal docu-films will really capture the raw, unfiltered stories of individuals from our neighbourhoods. Out of trauma, we can also grow, okay? And that's what those people are going to be telling us.
So Red Cell Network, they deal with sickle cell throughout the UK. They wanted to know how they could work with us to penetrate our community. So we will be making a film on sickle cell and thalassemia.
Frantz Fanon says, "The zone where the natives live is not complementary to the zone inhabited by the settlers. The two zones are opposed, but not in the service of any higher unity." There is a very, very, very clear divide in Haringey between where you and most of us are allowed to go and where you're not allowed to go. And in Muswell Hill, if you're a black person, you are 6 times more likely to be stopped and searched. as the rate of stop and search increases for black people, their mental wellness declines. And there is no analogous effect for white people.
Through our work at Rethink Mental Illness, we've been involved in something called the Black Mental Health and Wellbeing Alliance. So what we hoped to do was to bring together some of the asks that are happening within communities and also at a policy level based on people's experiences of mental health services. And as an alliance, we have now created what's known as the Black Mental Health Manifesto.
It has been amazing to hear the work that you are doing, absolutely powerful. And that's one thing that our brand Coco is trying to do, is to shout about amazing role models in our community. We had little girls all over the country putting up their magazine next to their face saying, "It looks like me, I've never seen anything like this before." And then Pearson's Education contacted us. They wanted the content of my magazines, and they're going to put it in all schools with a readership of 2.1 million children to teach about Black history, to allow children to see themselves.
So we cannot talk about the patient and carers race equality framework without paying homage to Dr. Jacqueline Dyer, our Director of Black Thrive. There has been a journey to the patient and carers race equality framework that started way back in 2016. And it probably started way before that, because there are lots of people in this country, specifically from the black community, that have actually lost their loved ones to the mental health system.
It was really important that the PCREF